Welcome into the Main Event Broadcasting Network. I'm Timmy McCormack, Director of Athletic Communications. Today we'll be sitting down with head men's lacrosse coach Pete Manderano to talk about the upcoming 2015 season here for the Piedmont College men's lacrosse team. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network. Appreciate your time, as always, as you guys are getting ready for the 2015 season.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
That's a pleasure.
Always good to see you.
It's always nice to talk a little lacrosse here. Schedules are starting to wrap up. You've had some time now to kind of look at your team a little bit through some practices, get a little bit more of an idea how the new pieces meld with the veteran guys. What have you seen from your team so far?
I've seen a team that fights. We kind of gotten after it the last few weeks here. So, we've had some sickness in the program going through. So, but the guys that are coming are focused, and we're doing what we need to do. And with our senior leadership, it's been good. Everybody knows what to expect, and so we've been seeing a lot of competition, a lot of kids coming back into great shape from the break after fall ball, which is always a plus. They can keep that fitness level, and that's kind of put us ahead a little bit as far as our fitness goes, and it helps us with our stick skills and doing some up and down stuff. And as we're still a new program, our numbers aren't necessarily where we want them to be yet.
Right.
But so with those short numbers, it helps us gauge where we're going to be. And I think of the 3 previous years, this is the best shape we've been in, and that's a positive.
Yeah, it's always great news when you spend less time in conditioning and actually get to work with the ball.
Exactly.
It's always nice to be able to do so. 6-8 campaign from 2014. You returned your top 3 scorers, though: Nick Green, Spencer Ortiz, Taylor Carter. Green, of course, led the way with his 32 last season. Your all-time career leader right now is, of course, Ortiz with his 75. So always nice to be returning those offensive pieces. Ortiz had one of the most memorable goals we've seen last year, of course, with his thrilling goal, 12 seconds left to beat Transylvania, who again comes to Demorest as well this season. How does the return of this offense help your team here in 2015?
It's huge because we've added a few pieces. We've added an attackman who's a freshman, Britt Kennedy.
Okay.
We've added another midfielder, David Savatelli, and I think they're going to help add depth.
Awesome.
And then also be a couple guys that we lean on a little bit.
Yeah.
And kind of as we welcome them into college lacrosse, they don't have much of a learning curve. But I think the leadership of our attackmen, our midfielders, all of that, I think that just helps us offensively. We know who we can count on, and now what we're looking for is those guys that can help fill those spaces.
Yeah.
That if for some reason a guy has a down game, we can count on somebody else to come through, and they know our offense. Everybody's kind of excited about kind of getting back out there. 6-8. It's been it was our best winning percentage we've had maybe, but we want to turn that corner, and I think offensively that's what's going to be our key this year, is those guys hitting on all cylinders and creating a lot of offense, and whether it's them goal scoring or dishing out assists, I think that's going to be the key. We can't have and that on the other side, we can't have those big guys disappear in any games.
Right.
They're seniors. Most of them, most of our guys are seniors on that offense, and it's time for them to kind of show that maturity and not disappear maybe in some big games.
Yeah.
And kind of be those mentors that we need, and kind of show our guys how to get it done no matter what.
Yeah, I think that group of seniors that you have, and we'll talk about them more as we go on, they've had kind of one of the toughest jobs because they've had to be veteran leaders as freshmen, and now they're seniors, so they're able to step into those roles, but that was a lot of pressure put on them from the very beginning as well.
It was, and they've handled it really well.
Yeah.
Obviously, you would like different results, maybe some games. We were able to. We lost to Wesley by 2, which is a strong traditional program.
Yeah.
We start slow sometimes, or we either start real fast and we fade off. And I think with our fitness level being up this year, I think that's going to help us, play full 4 quarters of a game.
Yeah, of course. A couple new faces, as we talked about a little bit, 2 goalies in this group. We'll talk about the defensive side here in just a few seconds, but 5 new freshmen overall joining your Lions. This is the first time, like you said, you can say you have senior leaders that they can look up to. How have your freshmen kind of made the impact here in the first couple weeks? Are there any that stand out to you in the first couple practices?
Yeah, I kind of mentioned Britt, an attackman from Greater Atlanta Christian, is coming in and we missed the fall because of a surgery he had. So he missed the fall, but he came in the spring, and to all of our surprise, not that he couldn't play, but where he would be, and he's done a great job fitting in, and he's kind of impressed, not just us as coaches, but our team as well.
Yeah.
And so we're pretty excited to see how he works. David Savatelli was a big recruit for us. Looks at D2s and some big D3 schools and chose us, and we're reaping the benefits of that. He had a really good fall. Sure, he's raw a little bit, but he can make plays. He's tough-nosed, and he's eager to play. He's really looking forward to getting the time. One of our defensemen, Brett Kramer.
Okay.
He's done a great job for us too. We've kind of switched him around between LSM and close D, and he's at the close defense now, and he's really comfortable there, and he's doing some really good things. So of our guys, those three guys have made a big impact for us, and our goalies are learning and showing improvement. So that's always a positive for the future.
Yeah, we talk a little bit of that goalie situation. 2 new faces of the cage, 3 returners, all with experience as well, guarding the net for you. Mick Baker, Dale Morley, they both return as the top 2 starters. Sophomore Josh Paris, of course, a freshman last year, he returns as well. How the new freshmen looked early on in that Lions defense? How can they help you here in 2015?
Yeah, I think the best thing they can do is in practice, they're not going to hurt us. They get to learn from the guys above them. Yeah. And again, with that leadership, it helps us out. Yeah. They can learn from them. They can see how our expectations. Coach Shupp has done a good job of balancing 5 goalies. Mostly 4 here in the spring, but has done a really good job of getting those guys the looks that they need to see. Doing individual workouts with them during the day, so they're getting the coaching that they need. And for us, we had a situation where for 2 years in a row we ended up with 1 goalie for one reason or another. Yeah. So, as having 5 goalies or 4 goalies, you kind of start saying, well, what are they doing? But for me, it's preparation, and I'm never going to go through a season with 1 goalie ever again. Right. So everybody has to be ready. It's been a fight. It's been a close competition. It was close last year, and I think all 3 of our goalies that are coming back, they're right in there in the mix, and we're looking for that, that slight improvement or that slight edge that they might have. And you never know. The first few games, you might see 2 goalies, you might see 3 goalies. It just depends on how things go and what they show us in this next few weeks here preseason. And I think the best thing is that everybody is going to get a shot, and there's no predetermined, thought in our mind of who's going to be the starting goalie or who's going to get most of the reps. I think, if we have to have 2 goalies and we play 2 goalies each a half, and it's a successful system for us, and we're going to do what we need to do to win. Yeah. As a new program, you got to get wins, and as you get wins, more and more people get interested to, well, who are these guys? Right. What are they doing? How come they're doing, so successful? And that's that one thing. We're looking for our guys to be those leaders and help us turn the corner here.
Yeah, I think as a coach myself, and specifically working with goalkeepers, of course, on our team as well, it's always better to have more than you need than not have enough. Yes, so I agree. That is okay.
We had a midfielder who was our backup goalie, both years, and that wasn't going to ever
scary.
Be possible.
Right. I understand totally. Veteran leadership will be aplenty here for the 2015 Lions. Of course, you're graduating your first senior class, a class of 8, the inaugural recruiting class here for the Green and Gold. Big names included: Sumner Gantz, Steve Blanchard, Ryan Price, Patrick Amos. The list goes on and on. Sure. I could mention all, of course. What type of leadership do you think these guys would help to provide your team here over the last 4 years, and how much are you going to miss them next year, and how do you go about replacing them?
Well, it's what I've seen is just the maturity, and that goes to all of them. The maturity level that they've had, that they've, that from when they're freshmen to now as seniors, you can see that. You can see that. Not only are they going to be successful this year on the field, but, as they leave here, they're going to be successful in whatever they do. Right. A lot of these guys are very unselfish. They're thinking about the team first. Right. And so for us, that's key. And to maturity level of, I think also them not wanting to get out of here and not leave the program in a better spot than they got here. Obviously, we didn't have any wins when they got here, so we've been doing great, and I'm very proud of them. But I think we talk about, there's that dash from the day you're born to the day you die, and it's going to be a small little part of your dash, but I think for them it's going to be the pride of starting a program. It's not easy. It hasn't been easy. There's the 8 or 9 of them that are going to be done, and they stuck through the good times, the bad times, the guys that have come, guys that have left, and through that all, they've had a really good attitude about that, which is awesome too, because it's not the oh, these guys left. It's all right, well, okay, so we're just moving on, and we can live without you, and I stress to them, whether I leave or somebody, the program must go on. It still goes on. It's still going to be here long after all of us are gone. So the foundation that we lay is really important, and the maturity that they've shown throughout that whole thing has been pretty awesome.
Yeah, they've been rocks for sure to be able to depend on. The 4-year guys usually always are. Let's talk schedule here, Coach. 2015 slate, 16 games, 10 of them are at home. That's very, very nice, of course, for your senior class here going out. And it all starts February 7th for your squad on the road at Millsaps College, a 1 p.m. affair. You're undefeated against the majors in your time here, 3-0 against them. You'll be opening against them for the 3rd straight season. Close results, though. Last year, a 12-10 win, so it's not like you've been blowing them out here early on, but a 3-0 record regardless. What are you doing to prepare for the season opener just around the corner?
Well, I think we're trying to still teach our systems, the things that we want to do. We're still putting some defensive strategies in, riding and clearing game, man up, man down. So all these things that are really important. And we are really just focused right now on Millsaps. And, we're not worried about whatever challenges we have coming up. We're going to take a game at a time, week at a time. And if we have 2 games during that week, we have a stretch where we have 3 games in a week. We're just going to attack each game like that's the most important game that we're focused on, and we're really getting them prepared to finish a game. And that's some of the things that without that maturity, we haven't really had anybody to kind of get. You hear it from the coaches, that's one thing, but when the guys are on you and find something inside of you to finish a game, to me, I think that's going to be the big thing here. Is when we have an opportunity, we need to capitalize on that opportunity. And this season is going to be one of those seasons where we're going to have to capitalize on every opportunity that we have. We haven't really lost much, maybe besides one guy that left, but we're essentially the same team we were last year. And so for us, that's a positive, but we can't just rest on what we did last year and make sure we just continue to improve and get better. And for us, Millsaps is the first team on the schedule, and we're just going to take it from there. And I think it's important for us to improve on that and take that where it goes. And so if we can build on the success that we have early on, it's going to help us through the stretch. And we're playing the non-conference championship this year, and we're really excited about that. And our goal is to not only make that, but be a high seed in it. So, we're getting our guys ready for that and kind of getting them excited for, it's not just the end of the year and, whatever date it is, April 12th or whatever, that's the last game we're going to play. We have an opportunity to play on. And so we're looking forward to that.
We're looking forward to it, Coach. It all starts February 7th. Good luck here in 2015.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You've been watching head coach Pete Manderano of the Piedmont College men's lacrosse team talk about the 2015 upcoming season. It all starts February 7th at the Millsaps Majors with a 1 o'clock start. The home opener against Berry College on February 25th under the lights here at Walker Athletic Complex, 5 o'clock start. Make sure you tune into the Main Event Broadcast Network for that one. Until next time, I'm Timmy McCormack, Director of Athletic Communications. We'll see you next.